Hey guys, Mode47 here for my After Platinum Thoughts video on Axiom Verge 2. This sequel came out in 2021 and was created solely by indie developer Thomas Happ. It's another fantastic atmospheric Metroidvania with less emphasis on combat and more on exploring. The combat isn't as snappy as the original, it's more melee based, but the boomerang is a good addition to the weapons. There's nothing outrageous here in terms of trophies for this. It took me about 25 hours to get the platinum across 3 playthroughs. I think it's easily done in 2 however. You'll mostly be exploring and hopefully enjoying the atmosphere as it really shines through. The pixel art and the music sucks you right into this world. I found it really immersive. AV2 has a new protagonist, so it can easily be enjoyed without having played the original. There are some nods and references here and there, but of course I'd recommend playing the first one anyway. It has a very similar trophy list as well. So Axiom Verge 2 has a really chilled vibe. I think the music helps with that, especially the end game exploring after you've beaten the final boss. You can basically run around to your heart's content and try and find all the collectibles and mop up whatever else is left. It captures this feeling of isolation really well, being on a different yet familiar world. The music especially is a highlight. Each area has its own track, and quite often I would listen to the music and just enjoy where I was. So don't worry about the trophies on your first playthrough. After beating the final boss you can loiter in the world at a checkpoint before. Perfect for mop up and misc and looking for those couple percentage missing items and map tiles needed for the completion trophies. There is one troublesome trophy to think about, and that's the hacker trophy. You need to hack all different types of enemies to get their unique hack skill out of the way. One of these, Overheat, is only obtainable from the first boss. I'll show him on the screen now. He's completely optional, as are all bosses except the last. You could even leave him until the end of the game and still be able to get the trophy. It's just if you kill him without hacking first, you'll have to start a new playthrough. Quite troublesome as some of the hacks aren't until later in the game. So get it early, get it out the way, then you can enjoy the rest of the game without worrying. So your first run will be a 100% run. You'll be hunting health nodes, flasks, weapons, lore, arms. These are actually abilities and nothing to do with finding additional arms. These all contribute to the item percentage trophy and finally the map completion percentage trophy. It was rewarding to work out the last few items and map tiles I needed. Some made me feel a bit silly and some were quite frustrating, but it all makes sense once you get them. A guide here would be really handy if you're having trouble. Your second run is going to be started in speedrun mode. This just eliminates the prompts and the cutscenes and just makes it a more quick experience. You'll also be doing several completion specific run trophies here. So you'll want the Invincible No Death trophy. There's a speedrun trophy for sub 6 hours. It took me about 2 hours in this mode. A low percentage run, which again makes it very easy to just run past and not pick things up. And a pacifist kill no giant enemies run, so those optional bosses I mentioned earlier, leave them alone, and you'll get the trophy at the end. So finally on cleanup, you'll be doing a couple of missed trophies like killing a certain number of inanimate bubble blocks, and some other things. It's an easy platinum, but also enjoyable to play at the same time. I'm looking forward to whatever Thomas Happ might release next. And my favourite trophy is this one. Super Axiom Verge Turbo 2 DX Plus Alpha, whatever it is. Obviously a nod to Capcom's Street Fighter and their revisions over the years. I just thought it was a really cool trophy name. So on a last note, there are some very handy accessibility options for AV2. You can set it to take 0 damage to do 4 times the damage, and a couple of visibility options. It's going to be a good option when exploring and getting the last couple of items and map you need. good for the speedrun trophies too, as you know, not being able to die sounds quite good there. Try and not use it on your first playthrough. Obviously you can play how you want, but I found the normal playthrough very enjoyable, and I feel like these options might ruin that first playthrough. If you want the trophies as quick as possible, then these options will be a godsend from the beginning. So all in all, a really cool sequel, a very fun game, an easy platinum made even easier with appreciated accessibility options available. But even without them, it was a good run. It was a good run. Most trophies came naturally. It was only a couple of the exploration ones at the end where I felt like I couldn't work it out. But even I got there in the end, so you'll probably get there even quicker. I'm not sure if I like this more than the original. The original is just so sci-fi, everything's purple and the music is mental. This is like more natural. The world feels more natural. It's mostly outside. There's lots of snow everywhere and mountains. It feels like a good progression from the almost cramped locations of the first. I do wonder where the series will go next location-wise, but I hope it goes underwater. There's a tile on the far left of the map. I'll show it now, and it's leading from the beach into the ocean. And I was hoping that it would just go on and maybe be some kind of cool underwater base that you could explore. I'm a sucker for underwater stuff in video games. But of course, there was an invisible wall, or it said something about I could go on forever, but I won't, you know, some kind of cop-out. But never mind, hopefully it'll be in the next one. There is a good lake underwater bit in this game, and it's, to be fair, it's one of the bigger zones, so there is that at least. Talking about this has made me want to go listen to the soundtrack again on Spotify, so I'm going to go do that. So if you're looking for a really good Metroidvania to platinum, I would fully recommend this. Give it a go. Let me know what you think and how you get on. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.